bring in my next guest, Christopher, sitting there to the left of your screen.
Actually, it's quite a mixed picture. Let's not be too gloomy about it. Of course, sales are going down nationally, and inflation is biting quite hard. But in fact, our sales have gone up. Yes, we're a manufacturer, but we also retail all of our own garments. And we're finding there's probably the highest demand we've ever had for a British-made product. I think it's a case now of buy once and buy well, rather than buy cheap and throw away.
Do you know, Christopher, I just want to butt in because those are two absolutely vital points. My generation and my parents' generation remember buy British, back Britain and what have you. And it was a good habit back in the day. But also the idea of quality. You're prepared to spend a little bit more money if you're absolutely guaranteed that this is going to be something, pair of trousers, a suit, whatever it might be, that's going to last you.
No, that's absolutely right. If you buy quality, it'll last you. So if you buy something that'll last for 5 years or 10 years, it's going to be far cheaper than something that lasts for only, a few months. So I think there's a massive switch we're finding to buy once and buy well. And our sales are actually up by 13% so far this year. In fact, in the last 3 months, they're up by even more. And we've got really strong demand from Europe too. So yes, we're facing pressures from inflation and a much bigger pressure, by the way, on scarcity of skills, which is something that the next Prime Minister should really tackle rather than trying to bribe us with tax cuts. But I'm sure he'll come to that later. But let's not be too gloomy. Now is an opportunity for retailers and manufacturers to do the right thing for the country.
Vital message as well. But in terms of stimulating the economy, what can you as a manufacturer and a retailer, with safety in mind as well, recommend to whomsoever becomes the next Prime Minister?
Thank you, Alistair. Look, we do face inflation. Our costs are going up all over the place. Cotton prices have gone up for us by 20%. Energy prices have gone through the roof. And wages, of course, are going up. But the only way we're going to get out of this recession or inflation is by trading out of it. And to trade out of it, we need skills. And there is a real massive scarcity of skills. So I think we need a nationwide attack on this. Just like vaccinating the whole population, we need to set about training Britain, training so that we can fill all these jobs. Because, as I mentioned earlier, we've got record demand, but we cannot provide the goods because we haven't got enough skills. So what I would suggest is that the government set about a tax incentive, not a giveaway, an incentive, so that all employers, large and small, are incentivized to train the next generation, sponsor students through university, so we get rid of university tuition fees, and train all those skills so we can start to become more self-sufficient and produce things of a higher quality here in Britain that people want and things that last.
Christopher, for the time being, thank you for that. And I'm particularly keen to hear from you because there you are as a manufacturer, there you are as a retailer, and there you are as a voice of optimism. Let's try and breathe and feel confident in our way out of this threat of a recession. So who's ringing your bell? Who do you like the cut of their jib?
It's very kind of you to say that, Alistair. We're not only a manufacturer and retailer, but we're also a sponsor of education, and we sponsor the entire school in this town for 800 pupils. And I bring that in because the most successful Prime Minister that we're going to find will probably be somebody who has come from a world of enterprise, somebody who's not a career politician, and somebody perhaps who's not London-centric, somebody who understands why the 2019 election was such a watershed. If you understand how we think and what we need here in the Midlands and the North, then you'll understand that we need a small state, not a big state. We need to allow individuals and businesses to spend their own money on what they think will help drive the economy forwards. And we need to train up the country so that we can invest in our future and build the economy and get rid of this inflation and get rid of the threat of recession.
Christopher Nieper, I hope so much that some, if not all, of the candidates or their people are listening to this conversation. What a brilliant point to end upon. And Tom, Christopher, thank you both very much indeed for being discreet, but you painted a picture that I suspect an awful lot of people will completely understand. In absentia, my thanks to Kate, but also to Christopher Nieper and Tom there at the Retail Consortium. Thank you.